Another year, another sweep. Well, I might as well get it done. Beating that ass, beating that ass. Panthers got their ass kicked. Beating that ass, beating that ass. Panthers got their ass kicked. Beating that ass, beating that ass. Another year, another sweep. Beating that ass, beating that ass. Beating that ass. What up, Falcons Nation? Rise up, Nation. I know it's been a while, but wait a minute. Something's just not right. Hold on a second. Whoa. Now that's more like it. Gotta get in that holiday spirit. What up, Falcons Nation? Rise up, Nation. It's your boy, Jazzy Jeff. Real talk, no gimmicks. Bringing that real Falcons talk to real Falcons fans. And the Falcons play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde once again. Every time we take one step forward, it's two steps back. Matt Ryan throws for 50,000 yards. Salute to Matt Ryan. That's a Hall of Famer right there. But then Desmond Trufant breaks his arm and he's out for the season. The Falcons destroy the Panthers, but then we lose Calvin Ridley for the season. Vic Beasley and Taft McKinley, 2 sacks. Each. Where did that come from? I told you once and I'll tell you again, Vic Beasley is the most confusing player to ever evaluate, judge, whatever. One game he looks like a complete scrub, and then one game he's back on fire. I don't understand. So you know what that leads me to? Coaching. That leads me to coaching. We should not be up and down every single game. The players aren't motivated, or they're not driven, or they don't have the right game plans, or the talk in the locker room is just not cutting it anymore. So I don't know what to think about the season anymore. It's so laughable. It's like every time we do something good, something bad happens. I'm almost just ready for this season to be over, to be honest with you, because now coming up, we got the 49ers, and I'll talk about that in another video, but are we really going to be competitive in that game? Who knows? Who cares? Are we going to win that game? If we do, so what? So I'm so conflicted, and I keep saying this because I don't like tanking. It sets a bad precedent for the team. A lot of people say, Jazzy Jeff, just lose the rest of the season. We get a high draft pick. But tell me what that ever did for the Miami Dolphins. Tell me what that ever did for the New York Jets. Tell me what that ever did for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, how long did the Cleveland Browns have to be bad? How many first-round picks did they have to be bad for them not to have, what, Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett? And look at them. They're still a mediocre team. So the teams that actually try every year are usually competitive every year. I don't want to get in this mindset that we need to tank to get picks to be great again. We are not one of those teams, and I'm not trying to be one of those teams. I'm trying to be one of those teams that tries every season, regardless. You have a bad year, you get, pick number 8, you get pick 9, pick 10, whatever, and then you bounce back the next year. Teams that are trying to get that number 1 pick usually end up being bad teams all the time. So I'm not trying to do that. Don't think that because the 49ers pull that off and look at them right now, doesn't mean that that is the model to become successful, because it's not. It's mostly through free agency and deeper quality drafting. Yes, that number 1 pick helps, but it's more about the 2nd pick, the 3rd round pick, the 4th round pick. Those are how you do it. And then you sprinkle in a little free agency, and then you manage your cap well. That is how you build a consistent winning team. Sucking every year and praying for number 1 picks, we're not the Philadelphia 76ers, okay? So let's get that out of our heads. I don't care about tanking. I don't care if we're the 5th pick to the 6th pick to the 7th pick to the 8th pick. I don't care. We can build this team, and we don't need Chase Young to be a great team again. Is he an impact player? Absolutely. Is he an all-star? Absolutely. But is tanking for that one person really going to change our franchise? How many teams have done that? And where are they at now? Drafting is not always a concrete science. Some guys You draft them number 1, you think you nailed it, and they don't turn out to be number 1 draft picks. They don't play like number 1 draft picks. So it's not always a perfect science. Baker Mayfield, number 1 draft pick. What happened? What does he look like now? Lamar Jackson, last quarterback taken in that draft. Look at him now, balling, because he's in the right system, the right coaching, the right GM. That's what it's about. Coaches who believe in you. Coaches who are smart enough to adapt to situations. GMs who are willing to put the right philosophy in place. Owners to back them up. And a system and a scheme that works for everybody. A system and a scheme that is tailored to players' strengths and limits their weaknesses. That's what it's about. A winning culture. Telling your team to tank or purposely lose is not a way to make a winning culture. So please, Falcons Nation, I want to get that out of our heads. Tanking is not the way to go. Now let's get back to this game. I don't know how to characterize this game because Kyle Allen is not a good quarterback. So I don't know if I feel proud that we did good against Kyle Allen again because he's not a starting quarterback. When we play high caliber quarterbacks who are smart enough to get the ball out in time, they're more accurate, they know the playbook, they're well seasoned. Those quarterbacks, they shred us, and then we go back and we regress back to what we normally do, which is mess up. So I'm not completely sold, but I am glad to see that the pass rush finally came back. Now, moving forward, I said this on Twitter, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at JazzyJeffRealT1. This is a great excuse for Desmond Trufant for us to get rid of him. He has a bad contract. He's an inconsistent player. He gets hurt a lot. Falcons Nation, let's remember, 2016 Super Bowl, was Desmond Trufant in that game? Absolutely not. Did Robert Alford get a pick 6 and he's not even that good? Yes, he did. We don't need Desmond Trufant to be great. We've won a lot of games without him. He honestly is just a luxury at this point, and he's not even that good of a luxury to begin with. 1 minute, he's a baller. Next minute, he's getting burnt like chicken. So Desmond Trufant is not the key. We can get rid of him. Devontae Freeman also. Yes, every once in a while, he's going to have that 17 carries, 100 yards, a touchdown. But for the most part, he's an overpaid, bad running back. It was a bad contract. And he adds to the argument that our running back is that much valuable. Ty Gurley, big contract, not doing so well. Le'Veon Bell, look at him now. He's falling apart, playing average. I know the Jets' offensive line is bad, but he don't look like the same Le'Veon. Ezekiel Elliott, slowing down after all those years of leading the league in rushing. Devontae Freeman, just like I said, big contract. Now he's getting hurt all the time. Inconsistent playing. So I don't think that we need to build around Devontae Freeman or Desmond Trufant. Vic Beasley, I am still conflicted on. I just say at this point, I'm going to throw my hands up and say, fuck it, just keep him. Because if with the right coaching, I think Vic Beasley can be a consistent, solid player. But it seems like Dan Quinn or this scheme is not motivating him. He seems like a very quiet person, and he seems like someone needs to light a fire under his ass for him to play the way he's capable of. So I don't think Dan Quinn's that coach. Devondre Campbell is another player. He is he's average in some areas, but then he collects a lot of tackles. Now, maybe it's because teams run on us so much because we're so bad right at the middle that he ends up being the tackler who takes the guy down. But at the point of attack, he can't be blocked out of a play. Sometimes he's bad in coverage. Sometimes he's decent in coverage. He cannot handle tight ends. So those two guys are going to be so hard to move at the end of this offseason because we still don't know what we have in them. But I am so tired of inconsistent players. And that's why I think they should all go. That's my opinion. Trufant, inconsistent. Beasley, inconsistent. Campbell, inconsistent. Keanu Neal, what are we going to get with him? What are we going to do with him moving forward? DeMonte KZ, when we have a pass rush, DeMonte KZ gets picks a lot. He is a ball hawk. When we get pass rush, he can play the ball. He doesn't have to play a man, and he's free to just roam the field and get picks. But when he is forced into more responsibilities or the pass rush is not there, that man struggles and he gets burnt real bad. He plays bad angles at safety and guys are running right past him. So he's another inconsistent player. He's worth keeping on the team, but he is so up and down. We need better pass rush to cover up his liabilities. Who else is inconsistent? Rico Salad, he can stay. Isaiah Oliver, he's inconsistent, but he's still young. He has a lot of time to get better. So with coaching, I think he'll get better. If we draft another corner, I'll be okay with that. But first, we must address that pass rush situation. And for my next couple videos, I'm going to probably start focusing on players that we potentially might draft, because at this point, I don't really see a point of breaking down, these game-by-game recaps of games that don't matter anymore. And I also wanted to mention that in the next couple weeks, I will be in Tampa, Florida, visiting my mom for Christmas. So I will be taking a break from making videos. I apologize, Falcons Nation. The good news is I will be in Tampa for the Falcons-Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. So I'll try to get as much video and footage live in that stadium. So hopefully it gets rocking up in there. But I just want to come out and talk about this game. Once again, we somewhat limit Christian McCaffrey. This time we contained DJ Moore a lot better. If you notice that when Desmond Trufant went out, DJ Moore started to take off a little. But it doesn't impress me beating the Panthers, because we always beat the Panthers. We own the Panthers. Every year we're sweeping the Panthers. I don't know what it is when Carolina Panthers fans come on my page and they talk this trash like, we're going to beat you and we're going to make you cry and blah, blah, blah. I understand it's a rivalry. I understand you're supposed to hate us. But be objective. Just realize that we always beat you guys. Man, we don't just beat you guys. We always sweep you guys. Whether Ron Rivera's there or Ron Rivera's not. Whether Cam Newton's there or Cam Newton's not. We always beat the Carolina Panthers. Like I said, death, taxes, and sweeping the Carolina Panthers. That is what the Falcons are all about. So, moving forward, I'm not going to get up and down for games that don't mean nothing. If we beat the 49ers, now that's going to turn some heads, because right now they're number 2 in the power rankings in the NFL. And plus it's a rivalry game. We're basically playing the San Francisco Falcons. I mean, who they got out there? Tololo, Tevin Coleman, Kyle Shanahan. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I just want to beat them out of spite, because they think they took the best players off of our team, and now they're doing great without us. So that kind of rubs me the wrong way, and I just always like to see my team win, regardless of the pick we get. I don't like to think in this mindset of let's lose for picks in the future, because you never know what the future holds. It always changes. You can't predict the future. So I like to stay in the now and win for the now, regardless of what our record is, because it shows a morale for next year. It shows team building. It shows further evaluation of who you need to keep and who you need to move. So let's continue this win streak, because I like winning. I don't know about you. Regardless of our record, I like to see our team win. It makes me happy. So that's all I got, Falcons Nation. Matt Ryan, once again, 50,000 yards. He will pass John Elway. If this guy's not a Hall of Famer, then people are just hating on him. Flat out, period. I don't know what else to say. How are we going to move the ball next week with just Julio Jones and everybody else is injured? I don't know, but we'll find out. I'll make another video about that at the end of this week. But after that, I will be taking a break, because I will be visiting my mom for the holidays. But as always, Falcons Nation, we rise up. Thank you for visiting my channel. Hit the subscribe button for future content. Like, share, and comment. And please, let's just, like Lieutenant Dan says, stay grounded. None of this crazy talk, okay? Peace, y'all. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Let's go, Falcons. I'm out.